Boba Fett is probably the most hated among Mandalorians. This obviously includes Bo Katan and the other Mandalorian with Bo Katan, who has no confirmed name, but then again, he is not a Mandalorian. Boba Fett always says that his armor was passed down from him from his father, Jango Fett, or as Bo Katan says, his donor, since Boba Fett is a clone of Jango, and that is super disrespectful in the Star Wars universe. So one of the main reasons Boba is technically not a real Mandalorian and more of just wearing his father's armor is because he wasn't technically invited as a foundling or never accepted any kind of creed after the death of Jango. So technically, he did not follow the Watch's rules of not being able to take off your helmet in front of someone else in the original trilogy. He just never did. In The Mandalorian, we saw Boba Fett show Din Djarin his chain code, which represented his father as a Mandalorian foundling, and as we saw in Attack of the Clones, Boba was a clone of Jango Fett, and passed on the armor to Boba, and this leads to that technically Boba Fett does own the armor, but isn't really a Mandalorian. Boba Fett's armor, though, is obviously not the same armor as Jango Fett's, as in Attack of the Clones, but a different set of armor that he inherited from his father. In the Clone Wars TV show, we also saw that Boba set a trap for Mace Windu and Anakin while investigating a crashed Venator, where they found Jango Fett's helmet. When they triggered the helmet, it exploded, destroying the helmet in two, and we saw that young Boba set that trap to get revenge on Mace Windu for killing Jango. Jango was a foundling, though, when his village was being attacked until Jaster Mareel, a Mandalorian, saved Jango, and he was taken in as a foundling. But with Boba Fett, there's a whole other story. So for Jango Fett, he was taken in as a foundling, but with Boba Fett, after his father's death in Attack of the Clones, and before his father's death, he never really was accepted as a Mandalorian, and during the Battle of Geonosis, killed by Mace Windu, which then again left in everlasting hatred for Mace Windu, and Boba had nowhere to go after his father's death. But 3 bounty hunters that shared the same hatred for the Republic as Boba took him into his care, and throughout the Clone Wars we saw their characters evolve and Boba get older. This includes Bossk, Aurra Sing, and one more. After several attempts at assassinating Windu, Boba was thrown in a Coruscant prison, and later in the TV show we can spot him. So after all this, why was he never considered a Mandalorian, especially by Bo Katan and others? Well, all this time hunting down Mace Windu, he was never founded as a foundling, and only inherited his father's armor, put it on, but never followed Mandalorian code, and never really became a Mandalorian, which is why he has much disrespect in the Mandalorian code. And just like Vader, he is feared by many Imperials. I hope to start a live stream soon, and I was banned during the stream because they thought I was under 13, but hopefully I will get it up and running before Christmas, and I have a special video coming out on Christmas, so make sure to stay tuned for that.